used to create solid features themselves. It can also be used to communicate design intent. In this lesson, I'm going to create a simple plate and extrude a few holes through it using construction geometry to help me locate the holes. In a new part, I'll start a sketch on the front plane, creating a center point rectangle using the origin for the starting point. My first click defines the center of the rectangle, and the second determines its size. I'll then add dimensions to the rectangle, giving it a width of 5 inches and a height of 8 inches. Next, I'll extrude the sketch to a 0.1 inch thickness. After clicking OK, I'll start a new sketch on the plate's front face, sketching a center line from the midpoint of the top edge downward. I'll dimension the center line at 1.5 inches. This center line will be used as construction geometry to aid in the positioning of a hole. I'll go ahead and sketch a circle at the lower endpoint of the center line, making it 1 inch in diameter. Note that I can go straight to the extruded cut command and activate it without exiting the sketch. I'll use a through all end condition and click OK. As you can see, only the solid sketch geometry was used to create the cut. The construction geometry still exists in the sketch, but was not used to create the hole geometry. It was just used as a reference to help me locate the hole. In fact, if I double-click the sketch in the Feature Manager, its driving dimensions appear in the graphics area. I can then double-click the center line dimension and edit it, making it 4 inches. Once I click OK, and then rebuild, the hole moves to its updated location. Next, I want to create an array of holes at varying positions around the plate perimeter. To start, I'll insert a new sketch on the plate's front face and sketch another center point rectangle. Then I'll dimension this rectangle to be 1/2 inch away from the plate edges. I'll press the Escape key to exit the Smart Dimension tool, and then click on the newly sketched rectangle. Note the construction geometry command located on the pop-up. Click this to toggle any given sketch entity between solid and construction geometry. I'll select the additional rectangle legs and convert them to construction lines as well. Now I'll activate the Point command and randomly place a few points along the rectangle's perimeter. These will be used to position additional hole geometry. Note that these 2 points were constrained to the segment midpoints when I placed them. But these 2 are only constrained as coincident to the vertical lines and are still free to move up and down. I'll go ahead and add dimensions to solidify their locations. With the sketch still active, I'll create another circle at the top of the plate with a 0.25 inch diameter and use it to create a new hole. Once the feature is created, the sketch is then absorbed by it in the Feature Manager. So I'll expand the feature and show the sketch. To finish, I'll pre-select the newly created hole feature and insert a sketch-driven pattern to create the additional holes. Once I select the sketch as a reference, a preview of the pattern appears. Note the center hole. When I click OK, the pattern is created. But remember that center hole in the pattern preview? If I were to change the dimension locating the larger hole, the center hole in the pattern will still be there. Note that you'd have to go and edit the driving sketch and delete that point for it to disappear. I'll go ahead and hide the pattern sketch to finish. So as you can see, Construction geometry can be quite helpful in assisting you to create more robust and